What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Supply podcast. I really got to start working on my ums. I've noticed that I do a lot of fucking ums and it's driving me crazy. But anyways, I appreciate everyone who checked out episode 3. As I said, there goes one right there. I will be working on my ums. So again, appreciate everyone that checked out episode 3. I appreciate you guys so much for that. Today we're going to be talking again a little bit about a bunch of random shit. So Daily Supply, have been working on Daily Supply stuff, you know what I mean? The vlog's going. Appreciate everyone who's checked that out as well. We are working on doing this podcast every week, and then as I mentioned last episode, I think that as we grow and start focusing more on my business stuff and have more time, I want to do maybe 2 to 3 podcast episodes a week. That'll be nice. So right now we'll keep it at least once a week, and then I also want to start bringing people on, whether you are a reseller, whether you make music, whether you are any kind of artist, content creator, businessman, whatever. I really want to start, you know what I mean, giving people their flowers and, you know what I mean, chopping it up. You know what I mean? We could all learn from each other, and I think it'll be dope to do. I also got to figure out the best way to go about that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the guests I have at first will be some sort of like video conference kind of thing until I could start traveling, or, you know what I mean, bringing them here and getting the podcast done that way. But that's a little bit in the future. Just want to throw that out there. And then that one vintage tag guide that I mentioned before, it is coming along. I think, so what it's looking like is it's going to be like a whole fucking book in itself, like a dope fucking like real book that I'm probably going to put up and sell it. But I do want to give you guys something for free. So I was thinking of doing like a deck with like the major tags and like the years and all that for a quick look. So I do want to get you guys some shit for free. So that's where we are as far as that goes. Now, as far as NBA stuff goes, I did see, I think it was like a day or two after I dropped the episode, my boy John Morant is going to Portland. I just saw like 2 minutes ago before I started recording this episode that some crazy 6-team trade just happened, where I know for sure Chris Middleton is going back to the Wizards, and then a whole bunch of other shit. I also saw that LeBron's top 3 destinations are looking like the Cavs, the Heat, or who's the other team that they were talking about? The other team that they were talking about is, fuck, what was that other team? The other team that they were talking about is the Sixers. I personally think it's going to be between the Cavs and the Heat. And, bruh, if he goes to the fucking Heat, that's going to be a dangerous squad. I think the Heat with LeBron will do better than LeBron with the Cavs. What do y'all think? I don't know. Those are just my thoughts right there. I know that I think that would put him immediately at contenders. I think the Heat might already be one of the top. Actually, I don't know, because they did trade like most of their fucking squad, but they still have some solid players left in Miami with Giannis joining them. So we'll see what happens with that decision by LeBron. So I know that was a crazy one. I feel like Milwaukee with this trade, they might be rebuilding. They're in a rebuilding phase, if you ask me. Another trade that I saw that was crazy was Jaylen Brown to fucking Philly. Now that I think about it, Philly with LeBron, Jaylen Brown, and Embiid is fucking dangerous as fuck too. Anyways, wherever LeBron goes, I'm pretty sure he's going to help. He's not the same LeBron that he used to be, but I definitely think he'll help. And I just want to throw this out there. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron is not the GOAT. He is a great player. He will help wherever he goes, but I just see that conversation a lot, and it's Jordan. Like, hands down. No one's better than Jordan. And it's a little disrespectful, if you ask me, that they do that comparison more than Kobe and Jordan, when Kobe's the closest thing to Jordan. So, what do you guys think? Am I tripping? I don't think I'm tripping. Now, I also saw that Kawhi Leonard is going to be going back to Toronto. I kind of, dude, that, nothing but respect to Kawhi Leonard, but that dude is always fucking hurt. He's always fucking hurt sitting out, so I don't know what the fuck Toronto's going to do with that. They might make the playoffs. They probably will make the playoffs, but I don't see any real title contention there. I really don't. Let's see here. I did see that Walker Kessler went from... Oh, he's going to the Lakers, actually. And then... Yeah, I'm excited about this next NBA season with all the fucking moves that have happened. Definitely excited about that. I think it's going to be a great season. A lot of competition for sure. Now, as far as boxing goes, this weekend there isn't any big boxing matches, like no title matches or anything. But UFC has UFC 329 this fucking weekend, and I am excited about that. We got Max Holloway going against Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's been out for fucking ever. I think Max Holloway wins just because he's fucking been in there. He's fucking some amazing condition. I don't know how Conor McGregor's doing or looking, but it'll be interesting. And when it comes to UFC, you never really fucking know what's going to happen. Anything can happen in those fucking fights. There's also a few other good fights on that card. I know that St. Dennis is fighting Paddy Pimblett. That's going to be a fucking banger. I could see Paddy Pimblett winning. I think he's going to get his get back from his last L. I feel like he's going to do his thing, and it's going to be a close one. I don't think it's going to be a dominating fucking contest by Pimblett. I think it's going to be a fucking war, but I say Paddy Pimblett wins that one. And then Corey Sandhagen and Mario Bautista fight. I think Corey Sandhagen might win that one. That's me. I don't know. What do you guys think? And then we have a couple other ones. Brandon Royval versus Lanier Kavanaugh. And then King Green versus Terrence McKinney. I don't think I've really paid attention or seen Terrence McKinney. But King Green is a veteran in the game. So we'll see how he holds up against a younger cat. And then like I said, that is one card that I'm definitely excited about this weekend. Looking forward to that motherfucker right there. Now, Boots. Some of the potential fights they're talking about is Virgil Ortiz. I know that one has to happen. They're talking about Sebastian Fundora. Crawford's done. I don't know why they're talking about that. He's fucking done. But that would be a fucking banger. Boots and Crawford. That would be a fucking banger. I would be more excited about that fight than any of the other fights, personally. But I'm not saying that those other fights won't be good. So in the order that I would like to see them, my top pick would be Crawford versus Boots. And then I say Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. And then Sebastian Fundora. But I think Boots would just fuck up Sebastian Fundora. I don't think he has a fucking chance. That boy Boots is way too fucking good. I have seen a lot of people writing off Xander over that fight with Boots, and I don't fucking understand why. It's like people complain about making great fights happen, and then a fighter fucking mans up and makes a great fight happen, and of course one person has to lose, and then he's fucking written off. I don't fucking understand that at all. I really don't. I'm not gonna bury him. Xander's got bright future in this boxing world, and I'm not just gonna fucking take him out. That was the toughest fight he could have taken at 22, 23 years old. So that's my 2 cents there. And then we have, so I was on Complex, and then I didn't even realize how much I just been fucking locked in. I guess I just been fucking locked in. But I did see that they had this article for the best albums of 2026 so far. And there's a bunch of fucking albums I haven't listened to. Let's see here. They have Ye, Bully at number 25. Haven't listened to that. Vince Staples, Crybaby. Never really fucked with Vince Staples like that, so I probably won't even listen to that shit. Yeet, ADL. I'll probably give that a listen to. BTS, Airang. I guess this is all kinds of albums. Not going to listen to that. Earl Sweatshirt, Mike and Surf Gang, Pompeii, Utility. I want to listen to that. I love that kind of hip hop right there. Definitely up my alley. I'll listen to that. Lexa Gates. Maybe I've been fucking under a rock, but I really don't know who that is. I'll definitely see what she's about. French Montana and Max B. Not the biggest French Montana fan. I do fuck with Max B a little bit, so we'll see if I listen to that. And I'll give you guys my 2 cents on these albums once I fucking finally get around to it. But I am fucking busy as shit with a bunch of other things, as you guys have noticed or seen per the content I be putting out. Lucky, Drugs Are Bad. I'm not too sure about Lucky, but if it's the person who I think is, I'm not going to listen. Eladio Correon, that's something I'm down to listen to. V's Y'all One, I'm down to give that a check out. Tokisha, Amor, and Droga, I don't know. Maybe I'll see what that's about. A$AP Rocky, Don't Be Dumb. I have heard some of that album. A$AP Rocky's always been fire. I like the songs that I've listened to so far, so I gotta finish listening to that album right there. Bossman D-Lo, Chicken Talking Bastard, that album slaps. Bossman be doing his thing for sure. Samara Sin, Detour, I gotta check that out. Slayer, Half Blood. I guess I'll give that a listen to. We'll see what that's about. Jordan Ward, Backward. I'll check that one out. Kehlani is the name of the album. You know, she be singing her ass off. She's good. Maybe I'll give a few songs to listen to. Or maybe I'll listen to the whole fucking thing. Give you guys my 2 cents again. Elmian, Sounds of Someone. Let's see, that one's number 8, so I'll listen to that, see what that's about. Brent Fayez, Icon, definitely gonna listen to that. Brent Fayez is fire. Isaiah Rashad, It's Been Awful, gotta give that a listen to for sure. Drake, Maid of Honor, I've heard most of this album. You know, Drake always does his fucking thing anyways. Baby Keem, Casino, gotta give that one a listen to. J. Cole, The Fall Off, I have heard most of that album. J. Cole always does his thing, can't even hate on him. Dude's a fucking lyrical genius. We got Don Toliver, Octane. I think I've heard a few songs on that album. Fire too. And then we have Drake, Iceman. I think everybody and the mom's listened to that album already. So I got some fucking albums to listen to. I can't believe I've been that fucking busy. But it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. So that's about like 12 to 15 albums I gotta fucking go and check out. And then so I could give you guys my feedback on what I think. I know it probably doesn't really matter, but I'm going to fucking share it anyways, okay, guys? It's what I do. It's my fucking podcast. I'm going to share my 2 cents on those albums. Let's see here. Besides that, I got those last drops up. I have been finding a few pieces here and there. I got 8 pieces right now that I'm going to put up, and then I got like 4 or 5 maybe left that I found that were my personal, some bangers. Again, these may be taxed a little because I really don't want to sell them. And as I've mentioned, I'm not sure if it was in the podcast or the vlog. If someone's willing to pay the little bit of tax on these items that I'm going to put up, then I will let my babies go to a new home because I know they will be taken care of and loved by the next owner. Let's see here. Getting ready to start these thrift tours again as I'm getting these last drops up, so that's fucking super exciting. And then got a little story for you guys. So if you guys are shopping for, this is fucking random, I know, but if you guys are shopping for insurance, make sure you do not go with Lemonade. Fuck Lemonade. They're fucking thieving ass bastards. They fucking gave me a quote, and like in a month it's gone up like double. So just giving you guys a fair warning. Do not ever go with Lemonade. And then when you call and try to get help, the fucking idiots on the phone are like fucking scratch disc and just repeat the same fucking thing. I know I'm getting a little angry, but yeah, stay away from Lemonade. I'm telling you guys right now, do not fuck with them. I know that's a fucking random ass story. Another thing, so unfortunately Mexico is out of the World Cup, as you guys have probably seen, and then US too. Now, as I mentioned somewhere, I'm not like a fucking soccer head or anything or watch it like religiously, but it's the World Cup. So I have been watching the FIFA World Cup here and there. And I gotta tell you that I feel like in that US game when they were down 2-1, we were still in the game until the fucking goalie, what a fucking idiot. Now, like I said, I'm not a soccer pro, but I could tell you that goalie for US coming all the way the fuck out like he did and fucking botching the fuck out of that and letting Belgium get a 3-1 lead really, really took the fucking wind out of US's sails. I think that was a dagger in the fucking heart for them. So he fucked up there. And then I think I'm going to try doing something new where I do like a little bit of overrated, underrated kind of shit. So I got a little list of things that were randomly put together. And we're going to start with Chrome Hearts. I think that it is rated perfectly. Chrome Hearts is fire. It's a top-notch brand, very exclusive stuff. So I'm going to say it's rated where it should be. Denim Tears, I'm going to say slightly overrated. No disrespect to Denim Tears, but I mean it's a pretty simple design. Just I know people fuck with them tough, and that's good for them. Supreme, I think they are rated perfectly. Supreme always does those limited drops. They always have fucking fire shit, and their fucking branding is just fucking so perfect. Just perfect, clean, simple. Gallery department, I'm going to say rightly rated. Nike SBs, I'm going to say underrated. I think a lot of people say that they are overrated, but I'm going to say underrated. Nike SBs are fucking fire. Jordan 1s, also underrated. Single stitch tees, underrated. Underrated. I prefer a single stitch tee over a double stitch tee any fucking day of the week. Any day of the fucking week. I love single stitch tees. I just think it looks so much smoother on the sleeves, you know what I mean? And the hems, like you can't even fucking tell. So single stitch for me all day, underrated, like a motherfucker. Let's see here. Another segment that I think I'm gonna start doing, I think it'll be pretty cool, is I guess like a what's in my cart kind of thing. So just give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at, things like that, tools that I'm looking at to grow the businesses, the content, all that shit. And then let's wrap it up with a little bit of rapid fire. Who wins MVP for the NBA season next year? I'm going to say it's probably going to be fucking Wemby. Though I would like to see Anthony Edwards win that, but he doesn't have that fucking drive to like, he could give a fuck less about being MVP, but I'd root for Anthony Edwards. Fight of the year. Who's going to have the fight of the year this year? I think we might have seen the fight of the year where fucking Justin Gaethje fucked up Topuria. But there is that other fight with Conor McGregor and Max Holloway this weekend, and then I got to see the remaining boxing fights. So I'm not going to pick fight of the year just yet. I'm not going to pick album of the year just yet. Vintage brand to buy. I mean, I've always been a fucking huge fan of like sports vintage tees or rap tees. Rap tees from back in the day are some of the fucking most fire fucking tees ever. So that's what I would say. Rap tees or sport vintage tees. Any brands that I am avoiding? What brands would I be avoiding? I'm going to have to get back to you guys on that one. And then something that I am investing in. Me. I'm always fucking investing in me. I'm always trying to do better. I'm always trying to grow. I'm always trying to, you know what I mean, take it to the next level, because that's what life's about. It's about fucking improving every fucking day, grinding, growing. You know, some days are fucking tough. Matter of fact, I had one of those fucking tough days today. Really fucking didn't feel like doing shit today. But, you know what I mean, we got our shit together and we just fucking powered through. We just fucking powered through that fucking day. And then now to wrap up this episode, because I do gotta I do got to pack some orders and ship them off tomorrow. I just got a few more orders right now. But anyways, haven't checked out the shop, check it out, lacultura.shop, as always. And then I did want to say that as a reminder, that vintage tag guide will be dropping within the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. I am giving updates on my social channels. And then let me know what you guys thought about any of the shit we talked about. Who do you think LeBron's going with? Who do you guys think? Is it Cleveland? Is it Miami? Or is it Philly? Because those are all fucking solid destinations based on the moves that have happened. Who do you guys think is going to win this fucking weekend between Max Holloway and Conor McGregor? And then out of those albums that I mentioned, if you guys have listened to all of them, or most of them, which one's your favorite album so far? Anyways, as always, guys, thank you for listening to the Daily Supply Podcast. As we keep growing and refining this shit, we will get better, as I'm saying. But yeah, much love, guys. I appreciate you guys. That's going to wrap it up for this fucking episode, which is episode number 4 of the podcast. And we're going to keep doing this shit every week. And then we'll add more episodes as we continue to grow. Till next time, peace.